Do you ever find yourself at the airport, looking up at the sky and wondering, is that a Boeing 737 or an Airbus A320? You're definitely not alone. It's a common question, and even experienced plane spotters can get confused sometimes. But what if I told you that with just a few simple tricks, you could identify most commercial aircraft in a matter of seconds? All you need to do is look at the nose, the wings, or even the shape of the engine. Today, we're going to break down the secrets behind aircraft identification. By the end of this video, you'll be able to tell an A320 from a 737 or a 787 from an A350, just like a true aviation pro. So buckle up and let's get started. Before we dive into specific aircraft models, let's cover the fundamentals. When you're trying to identify an aircraft, you need a mental checklist. Think of it as your personal identification toolkit. There are 5 key features you should always pay attention to. First, the shape of the nose. Is it rounded or pointy? Second, the engines. How many are there? What's their size? And where are they placed on the wing? Third, the landing gear. What does the wheel configuration look like? Fourth, the tail design. Look at its shape and how it connects to the body of the plane. And finally, the wings. Notice their overall shape, their position on the fuselage, and what's on the very tips. These 5 clues and O's, engines, gear, tail, and wings are all you need. Just like learning to recognize faces, once you start noticing these details, telling one plane from another will become second nature. Let us start with the 2 most common aircraft you'll see at almost any airport in the world: the Airbus A320 family and the Boeing 737 series. These are the workhorses of short to medium haul travel, and at first glance, they look remarkably similar. But once you know what to look for, the differences become obvious. Let's start with the Airbus A320 family. The first thing to check is the nose. The A320 has a more rounded, almost bubble-like nose. Next, look closely at the cockpit windows. They have a distinctive, almost notched look with an angled V-shape at the bottom. Another dead giveaway is the main landing gear. After an A320 takes off, the doors covering the landing gear close completely, leaving a smooth belly. Finally, look at the wingtips. On most A320s, you'll spot either small, upright wingtip fences or the newer, gracefully curved sharklets. Now, let's contrast that with its main rival, the Boeing 737. The 737's nose is noticeably pointier, giving it a sleeker, sharper profile. The cockpit windows are also a key differentiator. Instead of the Airbus's notched design, the 737's windows form more of a straight-line eyebrow pattern across the top. And remember how the A320's landing gear doors close completely? The 737 is different. When its gear is retracted, the doors don't fully cover the wheels, leaving the tires partially exposed. This is one of the easiest ways to tell them apart from below. On the wingtips, the newer 737 MAX models feature a very distinctive split winglet that forms an elegant upward-downward V-shape. So, next time you see one of these single-aisle jets, just remember: rounded nose and clean belly for Airbus, pointy nose and visible wheels for Boeing. Now, let's move up in size to the wide-body aircraft, the giants that handle long-haul international routes. We'll compare the Airbus A330 and the Boeing 777. Both are twin-engine jets, but their differences are quite pronounced. The Airbus A330 features 2 engines that are powerful but have a slightly smaller diameter compared to its competitor. Its nose shape follows the Airbus family look smooth, rounded, and often compared to the shape of a dolphin's head. The tail of the A330 also tends to sit a bit higher relative to the fuselage. But the easiest way to identify an A330 is by looking at its landing gear. The main gear consists of 2 sets with 2 wheels on each leg. That's a total of 4 wheels per main gear truck. Now for the mighty Boeing 777 or the 777. The first thing that will strike you is the sheer size of its engines. They are absolutely massive. In fact, the diameter of a 777S engine is nearly as wide as the entire fuselage of a Boeing 737. It's a truly impressive sight. If you can get a good look at the main landing gear, you'll see another defining feature. Instead of the A330's two-wheel per-leg setup, the 777 has 3 wheels on each main gear leg, for a total of 6. This is a dead giveaway. The nose of the 777 is also more pointed than the A330's, and the fuselage often appears longer and more cylindrical. Finally, look at the very back of the aircraft. The 777 has a unique blade-like tail cone that is flattened at the rear, which is different from the more conical shape on the A330. So, to recap, 2 wheels per gear leg means A330. 3 wheels per leg means 777. Next up, let's talk about the futuristic flyers, the Airbus A350 and the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. These are 2 of the most advanced and efficient long-haul aircraft in the sky today. Both are made extensively from composite materials and feature sleek, modern designs, but they have some very clear signature differences. Let's start with the Airbus A350. The most iconic feature is its cockpit windows. They are wrapped in a distinctive black frame, giving the plane a raccoon mask look. It's impossible to miss. The wings of the A350 are also remarkable. They have a beautiful, gentle upward curve, a design element known as flex, that is most prominent in flight. The fuselage of the A350 also tends to look slightly wider and more robust compared to its counterpart. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner, on the other hand, has its own set of unique characteristics. The most noticeable feature can be found on its engines. Look at the trailing edge of the engine. Nacelle, you'll see a serrated sawtooth pattern. These are called chevrons, and they are specifically designed to reduce engine noise by mixing the hot and cold air streams more smoothly. If you see those chevrons, you're looking at a Dreamliner. The nose of the 787 is also very elegant. It's more pointed than the A350's and has a smooth, graceful slope. The cockpit windows on the 787 are smaller and less curvy than the A350's raccoon eyes. So, the easiest way to tell these 2 modern marvels apart is this. If you see the raccoon mask on the windows, it's an A350. If you see the serrated edges on the engines, it's a 787 Dreamliner. And now, for the true icons of the sky, the double-deckers, the Airbus A380, and the Boeing 747. These are probably the easiest aircraft to identify due to their immense size and unique silhouettes, but they are essential knowledge for any aspiring plane spotter. Let's start with the Airbus A380, the Super Jumbo. The A380 is the only full double-decker passenger aircraft in the world. Its most defining feature is that the upper deck of windows runs the entire length of the fuselage, from just behind the cockpit all the way to the tail. It has 4 massive engines and a smooth, rounded nose, consistent with the Airbus design philosophy. If you see a giant plane where the windows are stacked 2 stories high all the way down the body, you are without a doubt looking at an A380. The Boeing 747, affectionately known as the Queen of the Skies, is equally iconic. Like the A380, it has 4 engines, but its double-decker design is very different. Instead of a full-length upper deck, the 747 has a shorter, signature hump at the front of the aircraft. This upper deck originally housed a lounge area and now typically holds first or business class seats. This distinctive hump gives the 747 a profile that is recognized and loved worldwide. Now that you know the key features of the most common Airbus and Boeing models, it's time to put your knowledge into practice. Like any skill, plane spotting gets easier the more you do it. A great way to start is by watching videos like this one, or by using flight tracking apps like Flightradar24. These apps let you see what planes are flying overhead in real time, so you can look up and try to identify them. Of course, the best practice is to visit your local airport and do some real-world spotting. Try to identify aircraft just from their silhouettes as they take off and land. Focus on the key features we've discussed, from the nose shape and wingtips to the landing gear and tail. You'll soon start to recognize the general design philosophies of each manufacturer. As a general rule, Airbus designs tend to feel more rounded, smoother, and symmetrical. Boeing jets, on the other hand, often look a bit longer, sharper, and perhaps more aggressive in their styling. So, the next time you find yourself at an airport or just happen to be watching the skies, take a moment to look closer. Remember that it's not just a plane. It's a story of incredible design, revolutionary engineering, and a unique identity that you can now recognize. We hope this guide helps you on your journey to becoming a pro plane spotter. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more aviation content. And let us in the comments which aircraft you can now spot instantly. Stay curious and happy spotting!